This video is about the learned helplessness that all of you have been exposed to in media. All of you have been subject to it if you live in any country, and more importantly, this is intentional by the powers that be. Yes, I'm using conspiratorial speak. To make it to where you'll just roll over and die, quite literally in this case. Metalhead, a episode of Black Mirror. Long time ago, don't even remember when it was, doesn't matter, I'm going to review it now. Had to look at it, not on Netflix, but off of Dailymotion. Got a low-resolution version of it, because that would download faster. This is going to be a blow-by-blow, but here's the basics. For dramatic purposes in TV shows and movies, everyone has gotten used to depicting literally every protagonist as being weak, and therefore that is a virtue. On the contrary, people who are not weak, we're using that word in ableism mode in every other way you want to be triggered by, are depicted as bad guys. I don't care how good your intentions are or how much you want to save the whales or whatever. If you're dead, you're not doing anything. Stop it. Yes, we have to get over all the crap that happens to us, and we need to deal with it, and we shouldn't have people use our experiences or weaknesses, I'm going to use that word on purpose to make people angry. People shouldn't use that to hurt us. Stop telling people where you have a weak point they can pick at. Make yourself disable any opponent that would pop up or crop up by not giving them all of the weaponry against you. Yeah. Just stop it. It's not street smarts. I get accused of having good street smarts and blah, blah. I don't. I'm an idiot. But these are the things I yelled out loud while watching Black Mirror episode Metalhead. At the 2-minute and 9-second mark forward, I'm just going to list each thing. Maybe drive around a building first and listen carefully and look for solar panels or any other power source that might be used by robots. I said that at the beginning before knowing that the creatures had solar panels on them, which we'll get to that in a minute. If you're going to explore a building, go around it first. Do a recon. Okay? Don't be dumb. Next, park near or far from a building if you're going to loot it based on situation. Which one would have been appropriate for this episode? Next, they're also trying to get into a car they're going to hijack because every car is valuable. Look for the drain container, the drain plug to drain the fuel tank into a container first before you try to get into a car that could potentially make a fuck ton of noise because there's an alarm in it. If the battery works and you're going to break a window to get in, and it's a modern enough vehicle you're supposed to be able to just plug into a random USB plug and bust into it and start the engine, it would be starting to scream noises. It would make radio frequency signals come out. The robots would have adapted to understanding that that indicates that there's a human there. I dare you in New York to go up to any fucking car and tap on the window and see if the fucking thing starts screaming like a little baby. And I'll bring that up in a minute. There's a breaker box outside the building. Maybe power it down or power it up based on what you need to do. Pay attention to all the resources and functions you have. Then they intentionally make sounds to flush out the robot dogs to get a reaction so they can run away. But later on we see clearly that they don't drive vehicles fast enough to outrun their opponent. I don't have to outrun my opponent. I just have to outrun whoever I don't care about much. The person I care about least will be the one they attack first, right? So you're stealing 2 cars. Are either of them capable of doing what literally every fucking car on the planet? Outrun a robot dog. If you're not aware of it, the robot dogs are based on Spot, the robot dog that was available at the time the movie came out, or was being, promised as vaporware at the time, which it wasn't. They don't have the ability to run quickly, but even if you could get something to run, the fastest you can make a running robot work that we know of right now, and honestly, that really is the fastest sustainable speed, is as fast as a fucking car. But only running slow. It's like 40. Do you have a car that can go to 60? Yeah. Why didn't you floor it? For dramatic effect in a movie. Again, it's done for movie purposes. This is movie logic. But it's conditioning you to believe for some fucking reason you shouldn't floor it. Why were they at the building? What were they getting to? I'll get to that at the end. You already saw the thing you already know. Should you all get out of the car or one person be the wheelman like every motherfucking criminal has learned when they rob a fucking 7-Eleven? Someone stays in the car. Well, let's leave the... Can the robots get through and hide in the back of the car? Because they do trap people. Check the back of a van before you get in it to hotwire it. He didn't do it even once. It's a fucking van space. I didn't see him look in the back. Maybe he did. Why did the hacker not automate a passcode test like literally a 8-year-old trying to get into his Xbox illegally? Wear your fucking seatbelt. I'm just going to mention that. I know that they were or were not in the show. I don't care. Let's presume they were. Why are you taking any chance at all while doing something risky? I know that sounds stupid. Well, let's throw caution to the wind. Why? Okay, fine. Take that steel spike and drive your skull into it. Why don't you just do something incredibly stupid and save us all the trouble of keeping you alive? We get more food, and we get to bury you, and we can be all sad and dramatic for the movie. Run or grab the loot when you finally see it. And again, the loot in this case is tragically, on purpose, for dramatic purposes, dumb. If you all know you're there for something that isn't worth dying over, don't go. If you're dealing with a world filled with robots that can chase after you and kill you because they have little, I'm presuming 17 HMR-based guns that they can shoot people with, why in fuck would you risk your life over this shit? Never mind the fact that they have little tags they can fire everywhere, which is done right afterwards. And everybody gets tagged so that they're trackable very easily because they're little radio transmitters with a button cell in it. Which, if you're not aware of it, will work. That's a real thing. Unless you can neutralize an attacker, do not attack them, run, and seek concealment, which means you're just visibly not a visible thing, and you want to look for cover, which will block any attack at all. These things don't seem to have the ability to break doors down. Why aren't you doing this the right way? These things don't have any more ability than a person who's armed with an extremely small projectile weapon and the ability to do the equivalent to hitting you with BB gun pellets or pellet gun shots, pellet gun slugs. Get out of range. Anyway, let's move on. It's better to hotwire a car that's faster than your opponent. There's no actual speed rating. We're not able to see the speedometer, even though it would be in metric and I wouldn't know what it was looking at. But seriously, you managed to find a van that can't outrun a robot. It can't go over 40. How the fuck is this allowed on any roads anywhere? And I'm presuming it's Britain because of the positioning of everything. The position of the steering wheel. Do not dramatically look behind you under any conditions. People do this all the time. And he shows him looking through a window that's at eye level with him, which means he can't look behind him and see shit. You have rear view mirrors. Or better yet, constantly floor it, look straight ahead, make sure you don't go off the thing that didn't happen in the movie, is going off the road. If you can outrun an opponent and it's only chasing you, it's not chasing your friend. Drive like you stole it. Because you just did. Stop verbally begging for the monster to go away. I'm sorry, but this is no, wait, no. Shut up. Because if you're not aware of this caterwauling or death scream dramaticism in movies, the other reason it's for is to warn everybody in the area that shuts their fucking mouth that area where that scream's coming from is where death happens. That's an instinctive thing human beings and all animals do to warn everything in the area very dramatically. Don't go there. There's a predator attacking one of us. If you're not aware of it, that's the only reason you should do it. Is that a good reason? Practice not making loud noises. There is an extremely nasty, and I'm going to allude to this. There is a military on Earth that would literally go out and shoot people with high-powered 17 caliber, standard caliber, or standard bore diameter air guns and shoot them with slugs and keep shooting them until they stopped screaming, because it's the most deadly thing you can do to call attention to your position when you're hit. If something is shooting at you, a human, and it gets a confirmation on the hit because you keep caterwauling, it knows where its next shot has to go. Stop making any noise of any kind. I can't emphasize this enough. But we're not all, and now we're going to get into this. That's ableism. Men never express their emotions, etc. Everything you're going to type below. You're not going to make it. I win because I can do these things. I have had to do these. Yes, I've actually been pursued by someone who actually did stuff like, not this bad, but you get the idea. Do not dramatically stop when a monster kills your comrades to look behind so that the cameraman has an excuse to look back. You notice how quiet the cameraman is? Be the cameraman. Or camera operator. Excuse me. That was sexist. Again, triggered. And I'm going to insert this now because we're at the 8-minute and 41 second mark in the show, and we're at 10 in my video or more. Stop having triggers. If everything's going wrong, if you're not aware of it, if you're in the United States, we're in the middle of a actual fascist dictatorship takeover, and you're worried about being triggered by somebody using the word fireman. It's firefighter. It's gunner, not gunman. You have to stop allowing yourself to be sensitive, not oversensitive, sensitive to anything. Harden the fuck up. Yeah, but you're off the list of people we can use. If I'm dealing with a group of people that I'm trying to get to be hackers so that we can protect your election system, yes, I did that one year. Every one of them, I asked them, what are your triggers and what are your pronouns? And I had a list of about 20 things. And 4 or 5 of them piped up. I said, you're not allowed to be in here. Why? Because you're going to be in a room with people who are going to get angry and say horrible things, and you're going to get triggered and react to it, and then you're going to do something. You can't be here. You can't. You're a liability. You're not an asset. Next one. Do not stop when you were hurt. You can't. Do not dramatically look over cliff edges. Again, don't do that. Don't get on top ridges or high spots and say, here I am. I call this dinner belling. When people make noises or do any of these things, any of these behaviors, to make themselves into a very tasty target, stop fucking doing it. Literally, if you find people doing that in your group, they don't go with you anywhere. Why? They will get you hurt or killed. They will rat you out. Stop depicting, the main character in this is a woman, stop depicting women as hysterical morons that always cause more trouble. There's a dozen incidences in here where this person or protagonist could have saved herself. Wrap the wound with whatever you have. It doesn't matter if it's going to get infected later. Right now we have to make sure there's no blood trail. The monster keeps following the blood trail. Stop making noises. Keeps finding her by sound. Do not use radio transmitters unless you absolutely life-threateningly need to. And it wasn't a life-threatening situation. And they're robots. They track radio for fucking fun. Learn real battle wound first aid to pack up a wound. Get a hemostat in the others. That's how you remove a bot tag. And I mean, get one. Get one of them that has the curved point on it. Take my advice. You don't want my experience. If you don't want my experience. Leave no blood trail. Wrap up a wound with anything. It doesn't matter. If you're being pursued by an attacker and it can track you by blood droplets, it's a robot that's going to do that because it can see them. Fucking don't leave a trail. At that point, we can end the video, basically. This person left a trail, made noise, and made radio signals. That's how the monster found him. Stop fucking doing that. Put tracking device in a bottle and throw it in a river to lead the monster away. Good! But still left a blood trail. Dumb. Stay off of top ridges as much as possible or anything else. Stay radio silent. Robot will hear your radio signals. Do not stop to rest while pleading out loud because they can hear you. It's self-soothing. It's copium. You just went cold turkey on copium. Last, use an earphone, not a speaker, so that we can hear it as the viewers. Don't learn any of these stupid behaviors. And emphasis. Stop depicting women as hysterical morons who haven't learned this. This is a person who's supposed to be battle-hardened. And lastly, all of this got everybody killed for a box of teddy bears. Unless it's worth dying over, don't do something that might kill you. Learn from my experience. You don't want it. And the best kit is what you carry in your head. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that. Go ahead and downvote. I deserve it, right?